way Keon played last game. They just play fast and physical, and I always preach to him, you can't coach the fast and physical part. You got to just go out and do that. You got to play hard. You got to tackle hard, and then all the other stuff that can get coached up. Like, but they're never gonna try to coach you on your effort and your tackling. So I feel like they did that really well. Obviously, it's a lot of things we have to tighten up as a unit. But I think I love what the young guys did last week.
Team, did you play in that 2021 game?
Illinois,
the 9 overtime. Yeah, they ran the ball pretty effectively. I know that's a long time ago, but what do you remember about that? And is there any sense of motivation for some of the older guys in the defense about that?
I just remember our preparation for what we saw on the field. It wasn't what we saw in practice, so I feel like we just had to be more prepared. I feel like this year we are prepared, and I'm excited to get out there and play the game, man. It's important.
What have you learned from that, the aspect of kind of preparing for things you haven't seen before? Do you approach practice differently in general because of that?
Well, I feel like there's no way to be prepared for something you haven't seen before. You just have to go back to your rules of what you have in that defense, certain defenses, certain offenses, how you line up. I feel like it just comes back to going down to your base rules that you learned day one. So I feel like that'll be important, especially with a team that likes to come out with some stuff you haven't seen.
Do you remember what your first road game was? And along with that,
My first road game,
yeah,
like as a freshman,
yeah,
Indiana.
okay,
Yeah, that was a rough.
yeah,
that was,
that was a
rough.
completely different situation. Though.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was rough. Obviously, you want to win the game.
Yeah.
That was a tough game. That was also my first game as a freshman. If you go back and look at the tape, my first play as a freshman, I actually I got flipped by the shield on punt return. So it was a rough weekend for me. So obviously, since then, I feel like my preparation has been a lot different, and I feel like the mentality we have as road warriors has changed, and I feel like we're in a good place as a defense.
I'm sorry. I guess my point was, what message do you give to the young guys who are going to be making their first trip, maybe never flown to a game, all those things?
Just being prepared. Honestly, that's half the battle right there. Being able to prepare like you're about to be the starter, know what you have when you get in there, and even if you're in a minor role like special teams, be prepared for what you're going to see, because that's going to help you be effective on there as well.
How do you prepare for a hostile environment, though, if you've never had to face that as a player?
I think it just comes down to your toughness and your real grit as a player. You can't really coach that, but I feel like we have a culture as a team that it's in us, and we're able to do that at a high level.
You had a taste of a mobile quarterback against West Virginia. He did some things against you guys. How much better prepared are you for Altmaier in Illinois, do you think?
I think he's a really exciting guy. Obviously, we felt good about what we did against West Virginia. We just have to carry that energy for this game.
Curtis, can you talk about what Manny Diaz has done in the 2 years here and how he's improving helping you guys practice and prepare for the Big Ten conference opponent coming up this week?
I think the main thing that's been great about Coach Diaz is the culture that he brings into our defense. He really coaches us to be perfect, and obviously everyone's not going to be perfect. We're all human, right? So it's just, I feel like that just brings the excellence out of us, and it brings the success that we've been seeing. So we just got to keep getting on guys, and I have to be a leader on the team and help coach perfect as well.
Curtis, how would you say Tamir has been progressing in his first season? And what has he added to the team personality-wise? Because I know a lot of people in the Pittsburgh area, which is where I'm from, were big on him just as a human being in addition to a football player. So.
He's a great dude. That's just a guy I wouldn't mind always being around. I love having a guy like that under my wing, because he's just a sponge. He's ready to learn. Handles all his business off the field and off on the field. So I'm definitely excited for what he has coming. I think he's gonna have a big couple of years coming up.
Curtis, how would you evaluate how the defensive tackles in front of you have done against the run? Obviously, those guys occupying blocks is important to you guys being able to make plays the second one.
Yeah, I think they've done a really good job. We don't ask too much from those guys. We just want them to be what they need to be, and even if they're not, we just play off of them. So I really put all of that on us. If they get banged out of gap or something happens to them, we're supposed to make them right. So I always coach the linebackers. We have to coach linebackers like that.
And Manny Diaz said, I think it was at the Rose Bowl last year, that part of the problem in the Michigan game was communication and everything.
Yeah.
Where do you feel like you guys are at now compared to where you were at that time?
Communication-wise?
Yeah.
I feel like we've done a really good job. I don't think we've had a play where we haven't talked everything out. Obviously, there were some mishaps in that, but that's gonna happen. But I feel like we've done a good job just communicating and being vigilant on the field.